whether it's doing maybe like little drills or just talking to them every few days, getting everybody together and just drilling it in everybody's heads. How we're gonna be moving, you know.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Before Slugs or whoever else goes and talks, you guys a heads up. So Dwight is going to be typing this all up, and then so it is in stone, right? If something does not work out, right, we'll be able to go back to the table, right? We'll be able to negotiate. You guys will be able to negotiate it out, and then find middle ground. But basically, the reason why Dwight is going to type this up, it will be put on Discord, and then all of the unit commanders will sign that, basically stating, hey, this is the new company policy. This is how this is going to work from this day forward. Does everyone understand that?
Three, four.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because we don't if when a raider want it, we want to be there to support, not overstep boundaries, and vice versa. If SWAT's the one taking lead on a you know a raider want it, and we're calling for her, we want her to be just as highly a part of controlling her unit and being able to position them in the right spots. Like you know, like that's a big thing, right? Because if 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 I'm leading a raid or wanted, or Ty's leading a raid
Yes.
or wanted, we don't want anybody to think like, I would never want Ty to feel like, okay, well, he's taking over my thing, and he's
Um,
controlling my unit.
we
No,
will be
Ty
talking.
will be fully okay. Tim, Ty would be fully in control of positioning her unit with her team lead to like maybe stand down, but SWAT's our position would be basically, so if Ty tells SWAT to stand down, we stand back. We're there. We let's say we have 10 SWAT members. We stand down. We got our front line with tasers, and then we got our snipers with the AKs and M4s out ready. So our main goal is not necessarily gonna be to blow the raid that Ty has going on. It's gonna be to assist with them being able to detain, unless lethal force is needed. So our guys would with tasers would go in and tase, and still let EKO and Ty and everybody, as long as all she's her people are still standing, make the arrest. We're just there to help take them down, if that makes sense. You know, unless, and like I said, unless we need to use lethal force. Exactly, and where EKO specializes in detaining and interrogation and all that type of stuff. My goal is to go in and basically take control. But even if it was our SWAT leading that raid or wanted, I still want to make it so Ty can get familiarized with bringing her people in once again and taking control, and they handle making the arrest and interrogating if it's a RP, whatever the case may be. I Because at the end of the day, SWAT comes in and keeps everything secure as possible. That's supposed to be our goal. Ty, I'm sure, within her unit is to specialize in being able to detain people without lethal force. You know, because we want to make arrests. We want to RP everything out. So we're basically either way we're there to support. So then they can be able to get in and do their thing, and we can get out of there in one piece as well. See, so I was talking to Whiskey. He's been having trouble getting into his account. He was saying that hopefully tomorrow he'll be able to get back into his account because it's making it really hard to call the shots because I don't want him to come back and be mad about whatever because at the end of the day, SWAT is it has been his thing. But me as a team lead, I have to take control at this point. I have to make calls, and if I don't do so, then what's the point of being a team lead? Because that's what we're there for, right? I got to step in for his absence at the moment, but I do want to hear what he has to say about everything. But I think that we can definitely make this work without clashing, right? We just got to know what we're going to specialize in doing, because at the end of the day, when we're not running a raid or a wanted, we can still get out there in patrol cars and make arrests and all that stuff. But when we're doing things like that, we have to RP that out and do it like IRL, because SWAT IRL, they kick down doors, run their BCs up, they block everything off, they secure the scene so then the special officers can come in and do their job and they're safe. Yes.
If SWAT don't have a negotiator, I'll take that position.
Exactly, and that's why I agree with all this because we operate like that. We form a great chain of command. Once again, SWAT is there to take control of a situation and make sure everybody's able to do their job safely without gang members rushing in on Ty and them when they're playing their role. Chaplain's there to negotiate,
Hmm.
and we can still make sure we got the perimeter of wherever we're at as secure as we possibly can. And obviously, EKO would assist us with that as well. But for the most part, they're just trying to get the suspects uh, in custody and out of there as soon as possible.
That'd be perfect because I do need I need a good gang house to do this training that we're trying to put on. This RPC and
Yeah,
everything.
no, I don't have no hard feelings with them guys. Like it was very unfortunate, and it's definitely something that I can put behind me because it wasn't really that big of a deal. It's just people got a little heated and frustrated for their own reasons, and I it's understandable, right? And that's why we're here together right now because we want to make sure that everything's clear and we're not overstepping boundaries because I know in SWAT the last thing we should be worried about is just getting in there and detaining because if you watch SWAT shows, they come in, and then it's the special unit officers that come in and they take the suspects, they do the interrogating. Like SWAT is strictly designed to overtake a scene and take control of it to try to create the safest environment for the officers so they can get in and out. Yeah, like yesterday when I responded out, I can't even remember if um like they said that there was shots fired outside of PDG. I was already on my way out anyways. I came out, and it just so happened that everything was right smack dead in front of us when we came out. Um, at the time, I did know when I seen the car that it was his. He was already tased out of the car by Mr. Backwoods. You know, he got detained, and it just escalated from there. But I wasn't aware of anything. I didn't even make it out my cruiser for to fire my taser at him or anything. So I had no clue what was going on or anything. I don't even, I didn't witness anything that took place outside of PDG before I came out.
I was the one who did the negotiating with him. And basically, all he was saying was that they was trying to do a RPC and that we ain't have to wait for chief, but we was trying to explain that we do have a chain of command that we got to do, and that we got to abide by it, or that's our jobs. But he wasn't really trying to hear it, so he kind of waged war on us, saying that well, if we didn't do the RP we was getting shot whenever we come out of PDG, which we have a lot of officers that's inexperienced, a lot of officers that just got their badge today, just got their vest today. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was like in the frenzy in PDG because it's like, what do? We can't do what we want to do, or we'll end up, either banned or our jobs gone. So basically, they escalated from RP scene to personal beef.
Yeah, see, I wasn't aware of all that, but there's always for every action. There's a reaction, so there was clearly more than just the arrest. I assume that took place, right? There's obviously things that most of us missed, besides the officers who would have been out there the whole time, and obviously we don't see what goes on Discord and the private messages as well. So it's good to know and be more aware for next time.
I'm gonna interject really quick. Dwight and Slugs, give Chaplain, Ty, and Alan some time to speak too, and that.
Yep, sorry.
So, like, if so that they can work out things like with you, right, Slugs? Like, if there's an issue that they need to figure out within their unit.
Yeah, most definitely.
Um, so I don't really have any issues. But what I do want to know, I do want to do is, I'm a, I was like I was telling Clovis, I'm systems and structures kind of guy. So I do want to put in like, um, you know, first and foremost, I think we should, as the EKO and SWAT, should come together like this at least every so often, so that we can kind of continue to build this and smooth things out and make sure everything is straight and you know there's no issues. Um, Number two, I definitely want to put in how we um, so I remember um, earlier on in the year, I think around like June-ish, we had implemented Clovis, the code red, the code system or whatever. So I do think that there should be a system of how we do our call outs, how we do our call outs. I think Mr. Slugs, I think you all have somewhat of a system with SWAT. But I think so. We should put something in so that like if EKO has to come and join you all, then we can know like okay the code is out. The code is out. It's code red. Code blue. You know, just SWAT, or code orange is SWAT and negotiator, and then code red is the whole team. We
Yep.
need to figure out that part. And then also, I want to make sure that we have opportunities to all train together. That's going to be important. That SWAT, EKO, TAC 2, well, just pretty much the entire unit gets to train together. So that way, when we are on these situations, there's no who's going to do this, who's going to do what. We need to, establish roles, who's going to do what, like what's the hierarchy when a scene when we're on a scene. So like if SWAT, we call you all for assistance. Okay, Tom may be the person who's in charge of the scene, but me and you are suits. That doesn't mean we're necessarily going to take command. We're going to let her do what she needs to do, and we're going to watch and assist. And if we need to take command, then we'll take command. But I definitely think we need to establish that as well. I mean, it's just the whole thing. Just establish it all so that again, like I said, when we arrive to these things, is not we don't look we don't look crazy.
Yeah, no, and that's literally me and Clovis. We talked for a good minute today, and that's one of the things I was saying is we need to train because I have done no training with the other units, right? So that's crucial because if we don't train together, we don't have these talks once a week with each other, or maybe even a couple times a week if needed. We'll never have an understanding, and like you said, if we'll just be going in there looking crazy, and then people will feel like, oh, I'm a suit and I'm taking orders from this person or whatever. If we we speak like this. That way, we're gonna be able to operate our units and actually be us operating them. But at the same time, we're all working together. We're not overstepping boundaries. We're not, clashing with each other. Because at the end of the day, it's all about teamwork and the chain of command.
Exactly, and I
Correct.
wanted to try and also, how can I explain? If you guys ever need TAC 3 to help in any RP situations, we can try and do like you guys prioritize the if anybody pulls up that's not unwanted, but that's not in the RP scene, you try to keep them on this, or if they start shooting, you guys prioritize that while we try and back you guys up if needed. Um, Also, which y'all on the one, it's if you guys want to have like how can I explain a negotiator and everything. I'm the guy, well, gal to go to and everything, because just the head at this point. I'm the only one in the unit, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody else's skills yet to actually put them in that position to be like, oh, this is our head negotiator, and I want them to um, help you guys to calm the situation down before it get too hectic and stuff. But
Yeah, no, that's my goal is to be able to have you, Chaplain, you know, Derek, be able to get in and do your jobs and be able to play your part while we play our part. I'm not really the guy for you know to be freaking out over power and control. My goal is to mediate within my unit and make sure everybody's on the same track. And if people want to get frustrated and not be on the same track, that's where when Oakley's a team lead, that's where he's gonna have to step in, and he's gonna have to put people in their spot and let them know their role. If they don't like it, then they're just gonna have to you know be dispersed from the unit, and figure something out from there, because we don't need any confusion, and we don't want any disruption. And that's another thing that I want to work on is hold on a second.
Yeah, I was about to say uh, Friday, Sunday, 7 p.m. That works for me. I was about to also say while you're doing that, Slugs, is that I definitely need to get with you and probably Ty. We get together and we kind of formulate this RP training mission that this training module that I was working on, telling Clovis about. I definitely want to have everybody's input so that um, when we do it, I don't want it just to be an EKO um, training mission, but I want SWAT to be a part of it because again, you all will have to, if need be, either back us up. We'll have to respond as well. So I definitely want to get you all's input on that. So, Clovis, if possible, can you create like a form where just the SWAT and EKO commanders are in it?
Most definitely. The other thing is, before this meeting ends, Slugs and Dwight, don't forget about the other part that we have talked about possibly cross training certain members in both units.
Yeah, so we're gonna work on, you know, I'm gonna have to talk to some people in SWAT and see where
Yeah,
their
that's
heads
about it.
at, and see if they're open for the cross training without feeling like, they're higher ups and they I got a couple people in mind that will offer a lot to my host is a mad host right now.
Ooh, somebody in trouble. No, I'm sorry.
No, they are.
The other thing I do want to say, while he's dealing with that, don't forget about Derek Allen and that. So like a lot of the stuff that we're talking about is specific to TAC 2 and TAC 3. You have to remember Derek Allen is the hospital security unit. So that is a completely different ball field.
Yeah, no, I'm there for to fully support him if SWAT's needed. You know, that's why I'm open. I got open arms to hear and talk about anything and be there.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, definitely do that. I mean, he would definitely be a part of um, anything that we have to do anyway, because by him being a part of the that hospital security team, he can also be um, for our training or for any type of call out. He can be kind of like the liaison between SWAT and I mean
Yeah,
between
I'm already EKO and HSRU.
right. So
And
no, that
that's
was
another thing. Could we use Derek for the media HP for to be on scene for us, where he's that's his thing is working up there.
yeah. That's
Yes.
how, yeah. That's what I was saying. Maybe he can be that you know the not say he'd be the only one, but maybe that go between us and HP. So when we do have these things, he'll kind of be able to coordinate that, or hey, we need y'all, something like that.
Yeah, because having them on standby for situations is always a really good thing for us as well.
Yeah, Clovis. I think maybe we should be able to also in one of these meetings have one of the medical staff in this meeting, so you know they kind of feel a part as a the faction as well, especially when we get into like the cross training.
Well, what I can do is if you guys want me to, I can see if one of the medics is on and see if they would like to come over for this meeting. Otherwise, else we can schedule another one in the next couple of days. Like I said, if you think of this right now, basically think of it as you guys are at a negotiating table. So like this is where you guys are going to be figuring out where the issues are, right? Addressing those issues, fixing those issues, coming back to the table, right? Negotiating some more, blah blah blah, right? So how does negotiations work?
A little give, a little take.
Right? You basically work things out, right or wrong, guys.
Correct.
Copy.
Okay. So it's up to you, right? I can see if one of them is on right now, and I can see if they would want to come up. Otherwise, else, and then we can continue where we are, and then our next meeting, schedule it and have them come in. And if you want, I could also see if Mace can come up because Mace is the HSRU commander.
Yeah, you could call him Mace.
Uh, any you guys want me to
That's
see if I
fine.
can get a medical person in Mace?
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, I'm waiting for Slugs and Dwight.
Hello, bro. What's up? I'm in the meeting right now, bro. I really don't know how you get tattoos on your character. I don't got no tattoos, bro. Yeah, ask LJ or somebody.
Hey, Carla Coffee, got a question for you. Are you busy right now?
Sadly,
He
she's
called
not
me
at
for
HB no more,
tattoos, bro.
Corvus.
Well, I was wondering if you would have a second to come up to my apartment for a meeting and that. Oh shit, you aren't. Why is that?
I tried to tell you.
Okay, then never mind. Who is who is at HP yet?
Shit.
Okay, then I will see if I can get a hold of Lucy. Then never mind. Sorry about that. All right, I will find out. Then thank you. Yep, bye. Hello, Miss Lucy. I got a question for you. Are you busy up at HP right now? Would you mind coming up to my apartment for a meeting? We're currently having a meeting between a couple of units, and we kind of want HP to come in at this point because there's some things that we're also working out for HP, and then so it helps with better security for you guys. Do you know where the apartment is? Right next to the PD, just down the block. That high-end apartment. Yeah. So I'm apartment number 36. All right, then. Thank you.
Hmm. Oh, yo, baby. Get your kids extra snacks just for me. I'm their TT. You have to. I'm talking to everybody in here that got kids. Give them extra snacks just for me.
So, Miss Lucy
I
from
ain't giving him
medical,
extra stocks. He gonna be over there with you.
guys, Miss Lucy from medical is coming up here to join the meeting. Derek, Ellen, unfortunately, Mace is off right now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep. I'm gonna try to get a hold of him on Discord to see if he had to go to work or what's going on. But continue. I'm gonna go outside, wait for her, and then no, it won't, because the door ain't locked. You guys are able to come. Unless I click on everyone to leave, it will not kick you out because I left early.
Oh, there she goes. Congrats, Miss Alicia. Congrats.
Yeah. So then we can get everything on the table, like where they're having issues and that stuff.
I'm so sorry. My game lagged out really quick. What did you say? Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
What position are you in now?
I am CP.
Well, congratulations on getting CP.
Thank you.
With CP.
CP is the highest position at HP. It's chief physician.
Oh, so you're the boss.
Yeah.
She get the special drugs.
Hey, she got that good stuff.
She be
Yes,
prescribing me
yes.
the medically prescribed pattern.
I am looking forward to working with all of you guys.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was too hyped for that.
All right.